Yo, welcome to Hot Takes with Chatty Chaz. There's no hand holding. We deal with facts, not emotion. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I love it when you guys are a part of the conversation, challenging me, losing every time. Just kidding. Love the fan base. But y'all like Stranger Things? I love Stranger Things. I know y'all probably watch Stranger Things too. So the theme of Stranger Things this season was all about the clock, right? And time running out. Are the Pelicans on the clock to be championship contenders? Personally, I think so. I'm gonna tell you why I think so. I think so because just this past December, shit wasn't sweet. Shit was not sweet, right? We had Z allegedly, halfway out the door. Team is just in disarray. BI working hard to keep him afloat. JV, Herb, the guy, Coach Green working hard to keep him afloat. But things were not looking good. In fact, you had rumors circulating from October till roughly December that Griff needs to be out the door, right? What saved the season was BI's heroics, JV's heroics, Trey, Herb, Coach Green, and the CJ McCollum acquisition. That saved the season, right? So moving forward, those ill feelings from December don't just go away. In fact, we got really lucky this year. We got lucky that the Lakers kind of sucked. And we got lucky that Dame went out with his injury. We got lucky that the Spurs kind of threw their hands up. We got lucky that the Clippers had their injuries, right? We got lucky. Griff got lucky because Griff's resume looks a lot better. That AD trade looks a lot better with Brandon being as incredible as he's been and getting another lottery pick, although it's Dyson Daniels. Y'all know how I feel about Dyson Daniels. I think Dyson Daniels has an incredibly mediocre ceiling, but still lottery pick. So that trade looks great. In fact, the Lakers' fall gave to Griff's rise and ascension. So we all love Griff now, Griff the man, right? So the reason why I think we're on the clock as well is because you got to realize BI going into his fourth year with the team, right? I know people are going to say Devin Booker was with the Phoenix for roughly like 7 years, but Devin Booker went from being with Phoenix, being the guy, being an incredible scorer with the franchise he was drafted to immediately going to like the finals. Whereas this BI, this playoff appearance is the peak of his career thus far. Not that he hasn't always been a great player. It's just that he hasn't accomplished much so far in the league because he wasn't on very good teams, right? So you got to think, you got a guy like Bi going into year 6, 7. His aspirations are going to be higher. So if you're not actively competing by, I think the second half of next year, if we're not making those big trade acquisitions by All-Star break, I think you're going to start seeing a little more anxiety and anxiousness around the organization because contracts don't mean anything. They don't mean anything. And like I said before, in part one of this video, is Zion enough? You should go check that out. We're kind of taking BI being here for granted. You know what I'm saying? Zion, we already know, the history of that situation. Hopefully, those things have been righted, but you never can be sure because shit be looking cool 1 minute and the next minute, what I'm saying? Breaking news, he's been traded. That's just how, that's the business. That's the nature of the beast. So I would say a soft clock has begun. Pause. I think the absolute hard clock is at the end of JV's contract, his expiring year. I think by that year, you need to be swinging the big swing trade to be actively competing. A perennial, like, Western Conference team. You need to be consistently in the conversation to be competing for a championship by the end of JV's contract. Or y'all tired of, the national media buzz, that shit gonna come right back up. And we ain't gonna have nobody to blame but ourselves because we didn't do enough when the soft clock started, right? You don't wait for things to get to the end and then you start. You don't wait for situations to become super urgent before you do something about it. You know what I'm saying? You stop the leak before your fucking house is flooded. You don't wait till the house is flooded and say, "Damn, we probably should do something about this plumbing." You don't do that. That's not how that goes. That's not smart. So that being said, soft clock has started. We need to make moves at least by the All-Star break, in my opinion, because I think going into next season and things like that, you'll start seeing more anxiety around the fan base too. Those articles gonna start coming right back out, baby. Gonna start coming right back out. What are the Pelicans gonna do with Brandon Ingram? Can the Pelicans keep Zion and Brandon Ingram happy? Here's a trade to land Brandon Ingram and Zion. Y'all know how this shit go. I shouldn't have to tell y'all this shit. Y'all already know what's happening. But that's been today's show, baby. Like I say, like, comment, and subscribe. Be a part of the conversation. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why the clock hasn't started yet. Tell me why I'm rushing the process, even though we like 4 years in. Tell me why I'm rushing the process. Holla at me. One.